And that concludes the process of joining our cult. Here's your badge. We expect to receive many great sacrifices from you. I didn't want to join this cult, but considering how broke I am, my options were limited. Well, you may be wondering why I joined a cult. Well, we have to go back a bit. When I was young, a mercenary group picked me up, and hell, I was still with them recently, and whether we were victorious or were defeated, we were killing it. And luckily, we mostly always managed to come back in one piece. But eventually, our number was picked, and we got absolutely blasted. And we were on a nice win streak too. Some of us survived, but like a toddler in Walmart, I got separated from them, and on my last legs, I ended up here. But you know, there's similarities between this cult and being a mercenary. Like, there's lots of wandering, blood, and other stuff. But aside from having to give up my firstborn soul, getting approved was quick and easy, as I don't think there's many background checks to joining a cult. But they pay well, and considering presently the only things to my name are my armor and sword, plus a few bucks. I can't believe I joined a damn cult. Let's see what cultist job requests look like. They have abductions, blood sacrifices, purgings, orgies, and odd jobs. Quite the selection they got here. But being a level 1 cult member, the requests I can do are super limited. Plus I'm solo, so that limits my options even more. Whatever I pick, it's going to suck doing it alone. Does that mean my only option is being a sexual test subject?
What's going on? You looking for work? Because from my observation, I can tell that you're new here and you're flying solo. And it would seem that you would need more people to take on the higher paying quest. So how would you feel about filling up a hole in my group? As our party could use a big, sturdy guy with a large, hard sword like yours.
I can't tell. I can't figure out if he's just making it sound sexual on purpose or accident, or if it's just actually sexual. God, why did my mercenary group have to get squad wiped? I miss it so much. The freedom, the money, the non-cult-like behavior. The only real downside was we were expendable to some employers, and we had no backing or support except ourselves. But now I'm here in a cult, broke.
We can make it well worth your time. I promise you.
Nah, he gotta be doing this on purpose. What is the request you would need me for?
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
Please just don't be weird.
So for our new escapades, we'll be adding a new member, which will increase our group to 5. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody. This is Lauren. He'll be our new big, hard, strong sword.
Kill me now.
This is Naron, my childhood friend who's a real cowgirl. And this is Oxy. We met her here on our first day at the cult, and she has been with our group ever since. She's quite something. She can use her technique over 3 times a day.
That definitely has to be sexual.
Next is...
Excuse me, for such a special occasion like this, I would like to introduce myself to Sir Lauren.
Knock yourself out.
Why, hello, Sir Lauren. I am Lapis, and I am a priestess who worships the winged dragon of Ra, the true sun god. I was only recently ordained, so I'm still a novice, and I look very forward to working with you.
Sure. Just like you, Lauren, Lapis was only recently added to our group, so we still haven't really gotten a good feel of each other yet.
Oh, you don't have to worry too much about that. This has to be sexual. Am I the only one? There's no way I'm the only one who hears the phrasing here.
Alright, then there's me, the group's leader. And my name is Sarf, and I plan to become the leader of this cult one day.
Yes, Sarf. You are the one who will lead the cult to its greatest era.
Oh, I thank you for acknowledging my greatness. I'll make sure to give you a special treat later. Now, since we have a new member, I should now tell you about my exploits and why I'll inevitably become the leader of this cult.
It starts off with a 12-inch. Still, I can't really tell if this is a sex cult, blood cult, or the Indianapolis cult. I really can't tell right now. But as long as I survive, get paid, and don't get sexually exploited or just sacrificed, then everything should be fine. But the ratio before I joined was 1 man to 3 women, which is interesting but shouldn't be a problem. Well, at least I hope. Oh my god, does he not shut up?
And after going about fist deep.
Hey man, can you just go ahead and explain the job we'll be doing? Hey new guy, what's wrong with you? My god was just getting to the good part, so don't interrupt him, okay? So it's gonna be that type of problem. Also, you chose him as your god? Do better. But as long as we stay professional and make some decent money, I'll put up with it for a bit. Your talking is not going to make us, I mean me, any money. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm broker than a bed two elephants had sex on. You asked me to join your group to make money, I think and hope. So I would like to be able to sleep in a bed tomorrow.
I guess you're right. Now that we've all introduced ourselves, let's move on to the money talk.
Hey Sarf, are you really going to stop? You just got to the gaping hole part. Why listen to him? He's a former mercenary who only cares about money. He knows nothing of the true joys of being a cult member. Well, you got me there. I give no shits about the joys of being a cultist. And I have no true desire to ever find out what this joy is she speaks of.
But Naren, you were the one who said you would like another big, large, stiff sword in the group.
Yeah, you're right, but can we get someone who actually recognizes Sarf's greatness? I agree, but our options for someone with a sword as large and as stiff as Lauren's are rather limited. Plus, he seems to have a lot of experience and achievements under his belt, so that's a big plus for our group. Miss Lapis, what do you think? I think he would be a perfect fit for me. I mean us. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Am I the only one who doesn't want him in the party? Yes, you are the only one who doesn't want him here, as I think Sir Lauren came at just the right time, as Sir Lauren will fit perfectly in this nice, cozy, warm, and tight hole we have in our group. I'm not 100% sure what she means by that, but I'm not going to be here for a long time, and I don't think I want to be here for whatever you guys consider to be a good time either.
Are you sure? The good times are really good. All right, so on to how we're going to get some money for the cult and ourselves. We'll be getting goblin's blood for a sacrifice. It's a 3 days travel east on foot, so we'll have plenty of time for fun during the travel time.
Really? Only 3 days? Plus, will the cult even let us take a request of this significance? So shouldn't we get another one? I mean, the cult did post a request for that newly discovered altar, but there's no way they would let us newbies accept such an important task. They would definitely give it to a more experienced group. If you keep saying stuff like that, Oxy, we'll never get to take over this cult. We'll be stuck doing these low-level requests forever.
Don't you worry, it's inevitable that I'll become the cult leader. And when that happens, I'll definitely make sure to give you all bigger and larger requests.
You can keep that future to you guys, but how many goblins are we talking about here?
Who knows? It sounds like some villagers stumbled into those goblins and came here to tell the Adventurers Guild. But it doesn't really matter how many goblins there are, especially with me around, since they're all just my stepping stones. Well, if there aren't any more questions, we'll leave tomorrow.
You know what? Sure. All right.
Make sure you all have a nice, long, and wonderfully fulfilling night. We'll meet you two at the East Gate tomorrow.
The feeling of an empty wallet is always such a sad feeling. Well, I have enough to survive tonight, but I could really use a drink, but I can't afford one. Where are they at? Wait, are they? Hey there, Sonny. You seem to be a fresh face. I'm waiting for some colleagues. Yeah, we both got it tough having to be up this early in the morning. You look pretty worn out. Were you not able to get some quality sleep? Yeah, that's it. Well, that sounds terrible, especially then having to wake up early in the morning. After that, well, I guess we're kindred spirits in that way. So want to chat for a bit? Cause I'm bored as hell. Is this your first time in Capel? So this city's called that? Wait, so you came here without knowing the name of the city? A lot happened, man. Well, it'd be best for you to remember that name. Yeah, sure, we may not be as great as the capital, but we're a great city with delicious food, great people, and no cults. And a place I call my hometown. Oh, buddy, I have some terrible news about there being no cults. So, where did you stay yesterday? At the place around the corner to the right. That place? There's a shop over there that has some bomb-ass food. You definitely need to check it out. Well, as a mercenary, we mostly travel from battlefield to battlefield like birds, so staying in a single city was not something we ever did. However, staying in one city doesn't sound too bad. Just not this one.
Hey, look, there he is.
Are those your friends?
The notion of them being my friends disgusts me. So please don't ever say that again to me.
Well, good. Because if I were you, I'd leave them quickly. As I've heard rumors, they might be part of a cult. I know it may be shocking as we have no cults in this city, but people say wherever they stay, you can hear weird groaning, moaning, and chanting coming from their room. Why can no one tell me what type of cult it is? Well, it doesn't matter because I'll be cutting ties with them as soon as possible.
Hope we didn't make you wait long.
Well, it's going to be 3 truly long and hard days to get to Einstein. All right, it looks like everyone's here, so let's go. Actually, let's see if there's a wagon. Yeah! Thank God we're not walking. Wait, what do you mean taking a wagon?
I can't afford to take a wagon. Do they not understand? I'm broke.
Fuck! Am I going to have to run? No. I can't afford to be late. Worst case scenario, I might just have to shake. Here you go. You need some money, don't you? It's only a few copper coins, so I can easily afford to spare some for you. What? Don't feel guilty. This is a loan, not a gift. So don't think I'm giving this to you for free. And do note, I have very high interest rates. And I can't wait to collect from you, Sir Lauren.
I've located a wagon and it'll only cost 5 copper to get to Einstein.
So, what are you gonna do, Sir Lauren? Not much of a choice. I'll take the loan. Very well. I look forward to my return on investment, Sir Lauren. I mean, yeah, I know I needed the money, but I'm starting to have second thoughts about this loan and joining this cult. And that was The Strange Adventure of a Broke Mercenary, or its Japanese title,
クイズ名傭兵の幻想祈祷
or at least the first chapter. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video, as The Strange Adventure of a Broke Mercenary was of course brought to you by this week's poll, where Adventure managed to take the top spot. This manga debuted in 2018. Now here's the thing, I don't really know how many chapters there are. I could tell you there's over 20. And the reason for that is I'm pretty sure this series was canceled for a bit and then picked up again, I think. I'm not exactly performing journalism over here. Am I? I am not. So, this script, tad bit different. Most of my scripts, I typically try to, a bit different. Try not to have just kind of copy and paste, repeat the same. I think that would be getting boring. But this one was different because this is probably the most different I've made, like, the plot from like the original kind of what the manga is. Most of the time what I do is I will just kind of keep with the original plot is supposed to be about, and then kind of like, because as like it's a manga, like I can't exactly, I'm limited. I have to find a structure in the confines. So a lot of times I can't exactly just be like, oh, you know, actually this happened. And it's like, the panels aren't adding up. I have to write something that's cohesive to where like the panels kind of make sense and yada yada. But like this one's kind of like the most I've done differently. I think most of the time, like, it's the same. The biggest thing I would do is like the dialogue, changing it, but like the overall plot would kind of progress. This one's different where like instead of it being like an adventurers guild, I don't know why my mind was like, it'd be so much funnier if it was a cult. Like instead of him joining an adventurers guild and like, yeah, I need money, like he just was like, fuck, I gotta join a cult to get some money. And I thought it was funny. Thought it was more entertaining. I hope you guys find it entertaining. Yeah, but no, it's the most different. I've typically, most of them, like if you go back and watch the first one to now, there are improvements, not audio wise. That is still, this mic, it's doing its job and I give it credit. But the scripts are typically different. Like if you watch every single video up to now, like you'll notice that a lot of them are different. Like there's some spices, there's some stuff I done. Where like I think the last four. No, definitely the last three were like the last three videos I've done have been almost exclusively first person, where I haven't really thrown in like third person perspectives. And like it kind of always just depends on how I feel like writing the script. Like sometimes if I'll write it and I'll put it third person, and then sometimes I think I've done maybe second person. I can't remember. But the last few have been first person, which has kind of been newer because a lot of the previous ones have been like a mix between like just kind of real third person-y. And so like the last few we've done first person, just, you know, spice it up, throw a little pepper in there, salt and pepper, paprika, and kind of garlic powder, kind of see what we get. You know, we experiment, we see, and kind of see maybe, you know, in the future more first, but you know, we'll just see. I just kind of go off of how I feel about writing the script for the manga that we're going over, and that's pretty much how that one goes. But yeah, no, this one's a bit more different because the overarching like plot of like why they're going, but for the most part I always kind of kept like, it was like, I guess the best way to explain it is like in like the RPGs or like the Avengers, where like you would have the side stuff you can do, but the main thing was always the same. Like like the ending or the main story will always be the same. This one's kind of like I changed the main story pretty much. That's the only best way to explain it. Is like, yeah, you know, instead of it being an adventurers guild and, you know, they're going on a jolly little adventure, no, they're a blood cult, maybe a sex cult. I never made it specified what type of cult it was. It's just a cult, that's all we know. And they're going because they're going to go get goblins for their blood sacrifice. We don't know, they could be all the fucking cults. There's a lot of just things happening. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. If you made it this far, pat yourself on the back. You're one of like the fucking 5% who make it this far in the video, and I appreciate you. I thank you for doing that. Usual, will I be streaming? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. I am a game time decision when it comes to streaming. Holy shit, my TV turned on. Why did it do that? Turn off, damn you, turn off. Okay, yeah, nope, I got nothing else. Video might be 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I don't fucking know. Probably it's definitely less than 20. Anyway, let's try to get me to tell your friends, tell your cats, tell your dogs, subscribe, please. I want to try to set a subscriber goal. I don't, probably not. It's a terrible idea. It's a truly terrible idea. I'm setting myself up from sadness and disappointment. Yeah, nope, that's legitimately it. I'm gone. Bye. Peace.